Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Put Me Over podcast, episode 40. The big 40. 40 ounces to freedom. I'm your host, Andrew Gomez, a.k.a. The Mez. Joined today, you know him, you love him. He's the $100 man. He's everybody's favorite uncle. He is Bobby Diaz.
What's up, baby?
And also joining us on this podcast, we have a guest host this week. Pretty much, he's red. He's disgusting. He's the pimple on my face. I want to get a tight shot on that guy. Yep, there it is. Okay, everyone on the YouTube, you can see that. Also joining us, we have another guest host. You've seen him on the podcast before. You've heard him, definitely. He is the big Brad Booty Daddy himself. Brad, hard work, Tharp.
Yes, sir. It's time to get delicious again.
Delicious.
Good to see you guys. We got a lot to talk about this week.
There's a lot to talk about. Oh, my God, there's so much to talk about this
Huge
week.
land night.
Huge land night. How you doing, Brad?
I'm delicious. How are you?
I'm pretty delectable myself.
You look luscious.
These lips.
Oh, those luscious lips.
These luscious lips.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into the podcast, I got to give a shout out. Have you heard of these Wrestle Crate?
I had a good friend that showed me these Wrestle Crates, and man, they look great.
Well,
I love it.
You got to make sure you're following the official sponsor of the Put Me Over podcast, WrestleCrate.com. If you're ever in the need and you're like, man, I wish I just had a monthly subscription that came to my house every month and it was full of, cool collectibles, sweet ass 8x10s. Look no further. You go to WrestleCrate.com. You're gonna sign up, and you're gonna go into the discount code at checkout, and you're gonna put in "Put Me Over," and in turn, that website is gonna put you over and give you 20% off your first month. Ooh, delicious!
Delicious!
Delicious! You can also use our promo code at lapelyet.com. If you've seen a wrestling pin, these guys have probably made it. Go to lapelyet.com. Put our promo code there. You get 20% off your entire order.
Ooh, that's hot.
Gratis. That website's gonna. Everyone's putting you over, including the Put Me Over podcast. I want to put over all of our wonderful, beautiful, delicious.
Oh man,
listeners out there subscribing. Thank you so much. We couldn't do the show without you. I mean, we could, but it wouldn't be that much fun. So just want to give a shout out to you guys. Sean, we had Sean. What you gonna do, brother? Ton. On the house.
I love it.
On the podcast last week. Oh, we lost AJ Styles. All right, well, he's been eliminated.
He did the flying forearm right now, right off the table.
The phenomenal.
There you go.
But yeah, he was on the podcast. We had a lot of fun last week, and we're back. We're not going to let you down again. And I think we're done with all our plugs. Oh, yeah, make sure you listen, subscribe, tell your friends, neighbors, tell your neighbors. Reverse that. You know what I'm about to say. I had some coffee, so I'm a little hyped up today.
We got it going on today.
We all did, yeah. We're ready.
So with that said, let's get into some Drew's Dirty News. Drew's. Take it away, Drew. Thanks, Drew. Anyways, a lot is going on in the world of wrestling.
Oh, boy. What a week.
Oh, boy. It is official.
Ooh.
AEW, All Elite Wrestling, is live. They had a big rally last, was it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah. This last Tuesday. And they had some big announcements, and they're making a giant splash. They have names. You know them. Cody, the Young Bucks, Joey Janela, Max Freeman, Billy Gunn is going to be a producer on this. A lot of promising names from China. They said they're going to blow the world away with the talent they're bringing from China. One of them is going to be Sema, who actually trained Neville, and he trained Daniel Bryan. He trained a lot of big names, a lot of people that you love. And speaking of Neville is confirmed in All Elite Wrestling.
That's huge.
That's
guaranteed good matches right there.
WWE's loss is their gain.
Yes.
I mean, they already announced at the rally that it's going to be Hangman Page.
Yeah.
And Pac, I'm guessing for the title.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they're going to have to they have to do like a tournament. They can't just be like, oh yeah, you're right there.
You two, you got it.
Because if there's one thing that we're learning from AEW is that they're gonna do everything right that WWE gets wrong.
Hands
That's
down,
right.
dude.
It's almost like if you had written a list of, I don't know, 20 or let's say 100 things that WWE
You
does
might need more than that, brother.
yeah, does wrong. It's like, all right, let's see what they do wrong and let's do the opposite. Let's fix it. Let's do it right. Let's do it the way it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
And I really feel like their goal is to do that, is to fix everything that a WWE fan like myself that's been watching it my whole life, these last couple of years has just been horrible for just so many different reasons. And I feel like this company is just coming through and is going to do everything right and undo the things that we hate on a week-to-week basis from WWE. And they're going to capitalize on that because, I mean, we have a big group of friends that all watch wrestling, right? And it's like, I've heard from multiple people that it's like, I've never been more close to not watching wrestling than I am right now. And I've been watching it my whole life. And I feel like they know that and they're going to capitalize on that.
I can't not watch, but I have to watch this garbage and
Right.
that I hate watching, but I have to watch it.
Yes.
So not only are they going to be trying to put on a better product than WWE, they're going to be giving health care, apparently.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
I mean,
one
that's
of the big
part of the
things.
list of the 100 things.
Yeah,
you
they're-
know, it's just, what are they doing wrong? They're going to fix it by the healthcare thing and
Equal pay for women.
It's great.
Equal pay across the board. They're already starting off with the big thing. Oh, and they also signed a little name you might know, Chris Jericho.
Y2J?
Y2J
Y2J is in the house.
is all elite. And the other big announcement that they announced is All In 2, Double or Nothing, taking place at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino. They have a big arena there. It fits, 17,000 people?
At least, yeah. That's. I think they upped it, like it's somewhere north of 17, but
Yeah. Memorial Day weekend, May 25th, is going to be All In 2. We're going to go. We have to go.
it's a hands down. We have to go.
Or at least think about it and then put it off and then realize tickets sell out and then flights are too expensive. And we'll just stay home and watch it and have a barbecue at my house.
Probably.
Probably sounds like that's what's going to happen. It's going to be crazy. They have a big backer, Tony Khan. His dad is the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, so you know there's a lot of money. And there's already competition because Vince is starting his own NFL franchise. His own thing. I'm a season ticket member, by the way. My girlfriend bought me season tickets for the XFL.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so-
awesome.
That should be fun.
Hell
That's gonna
yeah.
be so awesome, dude.
LA Extreme, boy.
LA.
20 years running, the champions, undisputed.
7 months running.
That's a good Whoops reference.
That's a callback.
We got to talk about New Omega. At some
We
point.
do. We do.
Maybe give him a little taste.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But yeah, so it was really funny watching Being the Elite this week too, because they all said their goodbyes.
Yeah, it was kind of sad actually. I was kind of like shedding a little tear, down my face for Marty Scurll.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is someone told me that's there was a reference to Cheers. The final episode of Cheers, when he fixed the picture and like, "Are you guys open?" and he says, "No, we're closed," and then fixes the picture and walks out. Like that's straight from Cheers.
That's awesome.
Which is great. So before that, I mean, I jumped the gun. We got to talk about Wrestle Kingdom.
It was, dude. It was actually
my
really good.
There was at least 3 or 4 4-star, 5-star matches.
Yeah.
We had Kenny Omega losing his IWGP title to Tanahashi. That was probably my favorite match.
What
of the
a
night.
great match.
Dude.
That was awesome.
And like this guy's a vet of NJPW. Like he's just he's been there forever.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going anywhere, and he still puts on the greatest matches.
Yeah,
he does.
the Naito Chris Jericho match was
man.
awesome. That was probably my close second favorite match of the night.
Jericho actually got scalped. He lost a
I saw
huge
that picture.
chunk of hair.
Yeah.
A giant chunk of hair. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, is he trying to do Shawn Michaels cosplay or what's going on here? And all the elite guys lost. The Young Bucks.
Young Bucks lost their tag team match.
Marty Scurll and Hangman Page were in a 3-way tag team tournament at the beginning of the show. On the pre-show, actually, they lost first round. Like they're like, all right, well, that told me, all right, they're all losing tonight.
Yeah, putting over talent on your way out.
That's what you do,
wrestling,
brother.
Yep, you got to put them over, brother.
Cody loses the IC title.
United States champion.
The United States title.
Yeah, to Juice Robinson.
Juice,
the
former. He was doing Dan O'Brien before Dan O'Brien was doing Dan O'Brien.
Yep.
Before Dan O'Brien was doing New Dan O'Brien.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Mark.
So I mean, Juice is loved up there in Japan. He left NXT and made a bigger name for himself.
Dude, he's so I
hated him in NXT. I was like, this
I
guy
hated
sucks.
him too.
He was god awful, but I mean, he's turned it around. He's so huge over there, and people love him.
They
he's
love
the
him.
American champ.
Yeah. So I mean, the Jay White Ibushi match, right? Did you fight Ibushi?
No, he
Or
fought Okada.
Yeah, that match was. Whew.
Jay White's got a big future, man. That guy is on the come up.
They're getting
He's
behind
awesome.
him. He's the leader of the new Bullet Club, or he's leader of the Bullet Club now.
Yeah, OGBC.
OGBC, and they're positioning him so good. I mean, even the hype package before the match, like I was like, oh shit, I don't know what the other guy's saying, but Jay White is fucking badass.
Yeah,
I've been following him for a while since PWG, and I always thought like, man, he's gonna move, he's gonna get somewhere, and like he's finally there. They've put him in a place like perfectly, and he's been working his gimmick so fucking good.
I love it.
He stole Okada's manager, who's been with him for years.
Yep.
Made Okada go crazy and like lose himself. He went broken for a year. Came back as the Rainmaker. The crowd loves it. He's coming back in his trunks. People lost their mind just seeing that he was in his trunks, not in pants anymore. And then he does the JOB still. So yeah, Jay White's gonna be a huge star over there. What other matches? I mean, top to bottom, you could. A lot of guys. I'm not like New Japan aficionado. I don't know a lot of it. But everything I saw, I loved. I watched it by myself like a loser, by myself at home. I went on the Fight TV app and I bought it for $34.99.
Oh my god!
And yeah, I wasn't gonna watch a stream and risk losing anything,
Yeah.
And I wanted the best quality possible, so I did that, and I stayed up till about 2:00 in the morning, and then finished it off the next day.
I mean, you got to give it to them when they're putting on matches like that. You want to spend the money. It's you want to watch.
You
them.
trust them. You
As
trust
live
them.
as possible as I can too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you trust them to do that kind of stuff, and that like WWE's kind of lost your trust with viewing their product. It's
You think I'm gonna drop $60 on a pay-per-view
No,
that they
no
would put
way
on?
in hell.
They're lucky I have the network. I'm not gonna drop $40, $50 on a WWE pay-per-view.
and the other thing is too is these all elite guys, they're smart, so they're taking everything they know that's great from New Japan and everything that works, and they're gonna apply that to their new company. So they're doing everything that's right from here and taking everything that's wrong from WWE, and they're just gonna make this great product. It's gonna be awesome.
You know what I was thinking was, okay, so it's already reported that Fox wants a more sports-centered product.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Fox right now is like, fuck, man?
Oh yeah.
Look what we bought and look what these guys are doing. That could have been us.
I'm sure USA Network and Fox are just like fucking kicking themselves in the ass.
Or more Fox, and I think they would have stayed on USA regardless. But I for sure Fox is like, damn, man, these guys are going to put on the product that we actually want. And not, I mean, they're probably buying the name mostly, but at the same time, like, damn, man, we could have we wouldn't have to like make them change anything because they're already going to give us what we're expecting, you know?
I'm afraid of what that might be because in one hand it might be what you're saying, which is what we're hoping happens, which is it's a competitive environment and it's the new style of wrestling. But at the same time, we don't really know. Maybe it's Fox wants the fluffy WWE family product that like I could watch with my daughter and my mother-in-law that you could watch on a Friday or whatever.
Can you though? But without being embarrassed?
No,
like,
not without being embarrassed. But
well, you see, this guy's mad at this guy because he spilled coffee backstage, and now they're fighting for a belt.
it's embarrassing.
It's a championship, damn it!
I'd rather watch the competitive product with my family. That's easy to get.
Like,
But I don't know.
Could you watch UFC with Bella?
Maybe.
But I think there's something there that the reason why they also bought WWE is because they can also sponsor everything that they're doing. All the commercials are going to be heavily on WWE people, like marks like us who watch football, who watch anything.
The
on
World
Fox.
Series, a little thing called the World Series.
They know. I think they bought it based on that because they know they can grab fans from the other sports
to watch all the other stuff. Yeah.
Right.
What else do we got? Apparently there's a bidding war for Rey Fénix and Pentagon. Cero Miedo.
Yeah.
AEW and Impact both want them, and I think if they're smart, they go where the real money is, not this made up Impact. We're surviving. We might not pay.
Oh,
next
good
week.
God! Please don't do that.
And I personally I watch Lucha Underground. I love Phoenix and I love Pentagon. So I hope they make the right move.
I think with the two of them, I mean they're offering them big money. They're offering them 6-figure contracts.
Jeez.
So it's not like they're giving them chump change. They're giving them some real money. And it's funny because Impact is on their kind of way out. I heard they wanted to even sell at some point.
They're not on Pop anymore. Remember they were on Pop?
Yeah.
They're on the Great Outdoors Network now or something.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So
I don't even have that channel.
I don't even know what channel that is.
Yeah.
So if they were smart, they'd go with AEW and just go where not only the money is at, but also the great fans that also know exactly who they are and will watch every one of their matches.
It was crazy. They were jabronis in Mexico.
Oh man.
And they came over and made a huge name for themselves, huge land night. And they and that's awesome that they got over the way they did. In other news, Sarah Logan and Ro from the War Raiders had a Viking wedding, and I heard it was pretty badass.
Yeah, that was badass. They had axe throwing and they had all kinds of
real?
cool stuff. Yeah. Hell yeah. It was awesome.
Maybe I'll have a Viking wedding.
Dude, they had their swords out and everything, latched to their waists, and they had
full on cosplay.
Yeah,
dude,
they lived that gimmick, brother.
I wish, dude, I want a wedding like that. After seeing it, WWE posted a video on YouTube about it, and it was all highlights of everything that was going on. It looked fucking amazing.
Oh man, that's dope.
Even my wife, who's not even into any of that, it's like, oh my God, that's so cute. That's so cool.
I'm gonna bum everyone out right now. Coming off of a beautiful wedding, we're gonna come into a little story about Toni Storm from NXT UK. She had a bit of a leakage go on out there. I haven't seen it, but I've been told it's not the end of her world. But
No.
from all of the online ridicule and people were posting it, reposting it, and tagging her, and tagging WWE, and tagging Triple H and Stephanie. She had to delete all of her social media because of it.
It's pretty fucked up, man. You don't wish that on anybody to get stuff like that leaked, and everybody's probably taken a picture or two like that, and they've sent it to their significant other, and you don't want it to get out there. You
Yeah,
give it to them.
Obviously.
So
I don't want anyone seeing my butthole. That's for sure.
I want to see it. Let's leak it.
Talk to one.
Leak it.
I'll leak it myself. Inject poison in the world. A lethal dose.
A butt.
Hairy, fat, disgusting butthole.
A fat butthole.
The brownest of the eyes. Stained rim.
I think it'll blow over. This is
It sucks right now, for
dude,
sure.
Seth Rollins went through a dick pic thing and all this stuff, and it's it'll blow over.
Yeah.
But
I don't think anyone was tagging Seth Rollins in his own nude picture.
Yeah, you're right, and
or tagging his bosses for that matter.
This was a bad one.
Pretty fucked up.
But she's such a star too that she'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, just wait. It'll blow over. Just give it a little bit of time. I'm sure it sucks right now.
Oh, and not to mention too, she's got a great ass.
Gee.
Was that leaked?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I mean, I haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. None of us have seen it.
I haven't seen it. I have no idea. I just saw the news coverage on it, and everyone was saying that she deleted all her social medias, and sucks to be her. That's terrible.
Apparently, Defiant Wrestling found out that the person that was like tagging Triple H and Vince McMahon in like her pictures on Twitter.
Man,
He goes to Defiant wrestling shows, and Defiant found out that all the shit he was doing on Twitter.
Yeah.
Found out who he was and have banned him from all their events.
Good.
And they can't. He had tickets for their next show, and they canceled all of his tickets. Like,
Yeah.
you're not welcome here. You're banned for life. Banned for life.
Banned for life.
Yeah, they told him that you can tell your friend the reason why you lost your tickets.
Yeah.
There's a lot of inside jokes on this show today. Banned for life.
Banned for life.
Land night. All right, what else?
So this is another story that's been floating around. That I thought was pretty disgusting. A lot of people on both sides of this. Priscilla Kelly had a match at the Hi-Hat, a 21 and over show.
Yes.
Here in LA, and it was a kind of a weird thing. No ring. Basically all the matches were street fights.
Yeah.
And she did a spot where she asked if her opponent wanted to taste the tuna, and reached into her.
I didn't catch that part.
Yeah,
all right.
You want to taste the tuna? Reached into her trunks and pulled out a bloody tampon.
Good God.
And proceeded to put it in her opponent's mouth.
Was it a work tampon?
I'm pretty sure it was a work tampon, brother.
I would hope fucking so, man.
Yeah.
'Cause that's just too much.
Not a fan of it. I think it's disgusting. What do you guys think?
It's obviously gross and it's hard to watch. But would I be outraged about it and be saying this is killing wrestling and all this other stuff? I don't know if I would go that far.
Well,
Wrestling's about getting reactions and stuff like that.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, she's disgusting. I'm never gonna watch her wrestle. Like that's way too crazy.
Yeah. And she's taking the stance of like, hey, we're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
That's her stance on the whole thing, and good for her, I guess. I don't know.
You think WWE is gonna call and be like, hey, we saw that tampon spot. Do you want to be on Mae Young Classic?
No.
You want to do that on NXT, dude?
That might have hurt her in that way. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, not for me, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of people are comparing it to Joey Ryan's dick flip.
Oh,
So-
Jim Cornette apparently went off on this whole thing and people like this. And I quote, people want to take, so I'll give it to you direct to you. I expect nothing. Wait, I got to put on a Jim Cornette voice. I don't know if I could do it.
Double cheese, double mayo, double onion,
motherfucker. People want my take, so I'll give it to you direct. I expect nothing less from an outlaw mud show wrestlers, male or female, because none of you can work. But to defend your bullshit by starting, well, it's all fake. That's why you, Dick Guy, and others are killing wrestling. Fuck you. That was my Jim Cornette.
That's pretty
Perfect.
Pretty solid, man.
Add him to the rotation.
I'll add him to the books. Yeah. All right, Jim Cornette, I can do it. It's a thing. It's a thing that happened. It got people talking. And even though I'm not like a fan of it, I'm not like, oh yeah, this is the chick that does the tampon spot.
Yeah.
At least with the Joey Ryan thing, like it's so ridiculous, it's funny, and I find like the humor in it.
I mean, it's exactly like the people's elbow. We know it's not the most strongest move in the fucking world. It's an elbow drop, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's just a fucking elbow drop.
See, the difference with the people's elbow and the dick flip is that I hope she doesn't make this a thing.
Like her finishing move,
Yes, or like, oh, she's doing it again.
the Mrs. Tampon.
Before
Like
you know,
Mr.
she's gonna pull out her boob and like squeeze some milk into her mouth or something like that.
man.
Next,
We don't need bodily fluids.
Yeah.
No.
You know.
I think that's when it goes a little bit too far. But I mean, I understand where Jim Cornette's talking, like kind of, sort of, a little bit. I guess his thing is you make everything seem so like dumb and everything. People are gonna think that everything in wrestling should be as dumb as that.
Well, dude,
Yes.
okay, let's say you and your daughter and your mother-in-law are watching wrestling, and that comes on the
that
TV,
happened?
and they're like, "This is what you
boy.
watch."
Yeah, see, that's tough. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that.
There's no way dick flipping is going to be on WWE. Like
No.
it's going to be on SmackDown on
Yeah.
Fox 11, so every kid can watch it happen.
Yeah.
And it's just wrestling is such a wide range of like everything from it's the sports feel all the way to tampons and dick flips and all these different things. And it's hard to categorize like wrestling as like this is wrestling. Like and
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things.
I mean, he even goes as far as to say like people doing all these crazy flips and everything, doing these 540 flips and
the
everything.
flippy indie shit.
Yeah, it's too much.
Flippy
for them.
indie shit.
Damn, dude. We got Jim Cornette in the building.
I need a tennis racket.
But he says that that's even too much because once you start doing all those things, then where do you draw the line and where do
Right.
you stop?
Yeah.
And when you aren't doing it, then everyone says your wrestling is trash.
Right.
I don't know. I watched Tony Hawk do a 900 in the 90s, and I'm pretty sure that's like the bar, like that's as far as it can go.
Yeah.
So when I see someone like Mustafa Ali do an inverted 450 or Ricochet doing his, what is it, like a 640?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, the body can't do much more than that. I don't expect more than that. You know what I mean?
And then somebody comes out and does it more.
1080 from the rafters, just all the way down.
Ball of flick.
Yeah, I think Owen Hart tried it, but
Soon, man. Jeez.
Ouch.
damn, that one hurt me. But I had to say it.
Right in the feels, man.
God damn it, stupid ass Andrew. This is funny. So apparently, people in other news, the things that people are mad about. Braun Strowman went deer hunting and posted a picture of him and his group next to this big ass deer.
Yeah.
And the internet did what it did, and he got mad over people that were hunting for sport.
This is where we're at.
Was he hunting for sport?
That's where we're at.
Well, not for sport, but obviously it's a fun sport and it's something to do. But
Did they eat the deer?
Braun is a country boy. That's what they do. They hunt and they eat and they use every part of that animal for whatever. They cut up the meat, they cut up the antlers, they cut up the skin, they cut up all of it, and it's all used. It's not like they killed it and then took a picture with it and then left it to rot.
Yeah.
So
just
what
threw it
the
in the
hell
trash.
are they? They're mad about the animal dying in the first place. That he shot an animal.
That he shot an animal and took a picture.
That's
with it.
ridiculous. He ate it.
He ate it.
I guarantee you.
Yeah,
he
I'm
ate
sure he
100%
probably
of
made
it.
a knife handle out of bones.
Yeah.
I mean, he used everything.
And it wasn't like it was just him and another guy. It was like six guys. So they all took a little bit for themselves. Just like you, when you go to the supermarket and you buy some hamburger meat, guess what? That came from an animal that was alive at some point too.
Yeah, in a worse situation.
Way
way
worse.
worse situation than that. Never had a life. Was in a cage. And all this stuff. And then it was on a conveyor belt. And here it is at Target or Stater Brothers, and you're buying it.
Yeah.
So what a horrible life. So these guys take a deer out of the woods. They kill it. They take it apart. They eat everything. They use everything. The way that a human being was supposed to do since forever.
Since people were alive.
What the hell's the
Yeah.
problem? I don't get it. It blows my mind.
I could see if it was a rhino or an elephant or an endangered animal, then yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that's not cool.
But it was a deer that, it's part of the conservation of our forests anyways.
Yeah, population control.
Population
That's a
control.
huge part of it. If you don't kill deer, then they end up grinding their own teeth down. That's how they end up dying. They eat so much food on the ground, they grind their teeth down from getting in the dirt, and they starve themselves to death.
Really?
That's how deer naturally die. That's a horrible way to die.
That sucks because you can't eat anymore.
You can't eat anymore. If you ground your teeth down to nothing, you got gums, then you starve yourself to death.
Yeah,
You kill them before that happens, and you make use out of them. You make food.
Exactly. It got so bad he had to disable the comments on this post.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm glad he didn't take it down.
No, I'm glad he didn't take it down. And at some point, I feel like he might, just because the news is going to keep going on about it. But he even wrote to one of the comments saying "Oh, yeah, I can't believe you did that. You're probably not even going to eat any of it." And he wrote back, "Well, I am going to eat it, and I don't. This is the way I get my meat. I get my meat fresh.
I mean,
Awesome.
I
with
don't
no antibiotics.
Yeah, I don't shop at the store where you buy your poisoned meats.
I mean, got him.
Sounds
Yeah.
Right?
sounds pretty reasonable.
Sounds pretty reasonable. He's got a point.
Crazy people.
I'm gonna go back to the Jericho thing because I forgot this little piece of news. So they were in Jacksonville the same night as SmackDown, and they held the rally across the street from where SmackDown was having their show. Chris Jericho makes his announcement, and in the beginning, like the Now Then Forever, WWE within hours removed him from their beginning intro.
That's so petty.
That is petty as fuck, man. And
Dude,
that's one of those things you just hate WWE for. They're so corporate and so petty about these kind of things. All of the contributions that Jericho's made to that company,
and now
and they're just gonna remove them
within hours.
That's so petty.
What's so fucked up is he went over to New Japan and he's wrestling out there, and they're not even willing to take him out even then.
Well, because he wasn't competing with them. Now that he's competing with them, now he's an enemy. Which, if that's how you want to run your business, that sucks.
I guess. I mean, Vince is a ruthless businessman, and he's probably going to immediately look at it like, why am I going to have someone from the other team on the opening of my show?
But it's literally half a second of Jericho. Like, that's how petty we want to be?
Yeah. I mean, but then even then, you can't call New Japan not a competitor when they're bringing shows over here. And they're selling out arenas that are 10,000 plus.
Yeah, but it's one show where this is like direct competition on American soil.
You don't know that they might end up dealing with New Japan and having shows over in Japan. They could easily do that.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, and that's one thing I'm actually waiting for is more details on like the TV deal.
Yeah.
And everything else that they're going to be having. But All In 2 sounds like a great starting point.
Yeah, they're moving on the right foot, but it's funny to see how scared WWE is about it.
Yeah. So scared, in fact, they've actually made their shows watchable.
Ooh, right?
What a good couple weeks we've got going on here. So let's get into Raw and SmackDown. We are at the 31-minute mark. That's perfect. That's delicious. So Raw starts off in a really crazy, like, cameras backstage, and there's an impromptu fight between Seth and Lashley, and then we get that somehow morphs into a 6-man tag match with John Cena, Seth, and Finn Balor versus Lashley, Dean, Ambrose, and Drew McIntyre. It was a pretty solid match. Seth wins with a curb stomp.
Heels versus faces.
Yeah, right. I knew who was going to win that one. The fight before, Zack Ryder actually came out in a purple suit.
What?
He was trying to break up the fight. Everyone else is in their gear. Poor Zack
I
Ryder.
didn't catch that. Wow.
Poor Zack Ryder knows he's not going to be in the show. He's not even in his gear. He's going to be wearing a maroon suit.
Awesome.
Gotta be known, seen somehow, right? Bright colored suit or something.
Yeah, something to stand out. He's the only one with no gear on. And Dean Ambrose now has a chain wallet when he wrestles. So.
That looked awesome. I thought
You liked it?
I liked it.
I
liked it.
I'll give him this. I like that he comes out. He looks fucking ripped and big and buff.
Yeah.
And that belt on him looks real nice. He looks good walking into that ring, and he looks fucking cool as fuck.
I think
so.
Hello? Oh, yeah. It was the 2000s. They want their chain wallet back.
I like that he's evolving. That's what I like. I don't specifically like the chain on his thing, but I like that he's different. That's the part that I liked.
We can't rag on him for trying something different.
Right, yeah.
As simple as a chain wallet.
I thought it looked weird. I was like, no one's going to take your wallet right now, bro. Just take it off.
I don't know.
Leave it backstage.
I noticed these little small. He had black pants on. He had black boots on, and he had the chain. He looked different to me. I thought it was kind of cool.
I'll take that over wearing a tank top and pants.
He's halfway to being a greaser.
Yeah.
Seriously, man, he looks like a jet to me.
I like he's been doing these interesting promos backstage where he's like, I don't know how to describe it, like devious almost. Mm-hmm. And he's done a couple where he's not even looking at the camera. It's like a side shot, and it's kind of cool. They're doing something different with him now, and he's almost like I want to say like the Joker or something. Like he just seems like a villain like character. And it's developing. It's a distance from the you people are disgusting and like I'm gonna get vaccinations and that jokey, goofy character that he was doing.
Let's put him backstage and have him get a shot in his ass.
Yeah, stupid. So I think his character is developing in the positive direction for me.
I agree. I want to see more different.
Chain wallet.
Dean.
Oh.
I mean,
Double chain wallet.
double chain. If we're gonna go that way,
yeah.
you know, I rocked a double chain back in
A
high
small
school.
chain and then a large
Small chain, long chain.
Oh,
That's how you
Jesus.
do it.
That's how you
You
do
know,
it.
I was watching this match and I was like, "What? Why am I finding myself liking this match so much?" And I thought, like, you know, these guys are all senior veteran guys. I thought, well, Balor's the newest guy out of all these guys.
Yeah.
Balor's not a new guy. He's been around forever, and along with everybody else, like that's everybody in that match had at least 10+ years in wrestling.
These are the Raw's top guys all in the
so
same
they
match.
all knew what they were doing, and it just seemed to kind of capture my attention at the beginning of the show. So that was great.
Do you think Dean Ambrose should get a new finisher, like do a super kick and call it Sweet Chain Music?
Damn it, it was right there.
I was reading. I was like, oh, Sweet Chain Music.
Oh, it was right there.
Yeah. I just thought of it right now. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty
Zing.
good.
Got him.
We talked about it last week. R.I.P. Mean Gene Okerlund.
Oh, yeah.
They actually had a really dope tribute to him, like a really good package video, and none other than Hulk Hogan back on the show. How do you guys feel about the Hulkster?
He's looking pretty old, but he's that hair. He's
When he goes to get it dyed,
yeah.
do you think he goes to the same guy or like Brutus the Beefcake? Or does he try different guys? Like, oh well, you know what I'm going for, brother. Just bleach the ends, bleach the sides.
But it was a great moment. I kind of got kind of sad and him doing his promo. Oh, let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Yeah, that one last time. The crowd started chanting one last time, and he's like, "You guys want me to do it one last time?" And
You got to give it to him. He knows how to control a crowd. That guy is great at what he does.
for sure, bit of a racist.
Just the controversy, man. That's such.
Just a little bit. I was waiting for him to say it, but he didn't. I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Like, oh, I think that this was the perfect time to bring him back without getting him
You
booed.
weren't gonna
Yes.
boo him.
There's no
But-
way.
That's man. I just it's it leaves a bad taste in my mouth with like the whole where could we bring Hulk Hogan back, and they brought him back at Crown Jewel. It's like, well, the show's already fucked, so let's
Might
have
as
him
well
on it.
double
break,
down.
Yeah, break the seal, you know. And then it's like, well, where else could we fit him in where they can't boom? And it just seems so strategic to me.
Yeah.
On like, how could we get this dirtbag back on the show? And they just find these strategic ways to do it, and you could see right through it. And that part sucks. But his promo was great, and that Mean Gene package was. It literally brought a tear to my eye.
I got chills. I got chills watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't think we're going to see the Hulkster for a long time. This might be a trial run. Maybe hosting WrestleMania.
Ooh.
Something like that. But, you know,
Small segment, maybe.
for Mean Gene, I mean, I think it was fitting.
Yeah,
Who else could they bring other than Hulk Hogan?
Honestly.
We don't have Macho Man.
Yeah.
Ric Flair, maybe.
Yeah. But no, I don't think anybody can cut a promo the way Hulk Hogan did.
Not with the let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Like
Yeah.
that's like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Sold.
After that, there was a lumberjack tag match. So I guess Slater and Rhino are a team again. Well, I guess
Sure.
they're undoing what
Yeah.
Corbin did.
So he wasn't fired.
No, he was. I don't think he's a referee anymore either. I haven't seen him ref any matches. So we had the tag match between Gable and Roode versus the Revival, and Gable gets the pin on Dawson for the win. But controversy.
Very big controversy about that match.
His
that
match,
ending.
his leg was under the rope.
Goddamn
ref.
God damn it, Revival.
If Slater was reffing that match instead of being a lumberjack, he would have caught it for sure.
They went out in the ring and pointed at him. What the fuck? Why didn't you say something?
Yeah. This is totally backwards. The Revival are total faces. Every time they cut a little promo or they have a little side package before they come to the ring and they talk about the way that tag team wrestling should be and the way that wrestling should be, and they're there to do this and do that and whatever, I find myself nodding along. I'm like, I agree with everything they're saying.
No flips, just fists?
There's nothing to hate about these guys. And then they get screwed by this finish where it's a non-finish by these two obnoxious guys that say that they're glorious. Well, Why are they glorious? It's obnoxious, and it's just completely backwards.
Yeah, I don't care about Gable and Roode in the least.
No, they're obnoxious.
Right.
Totally
the entrance
obnoxious.
is obnoxious now.
Okay, you're glorious. Why? Because
you're
in my
doing,
face telling me that you're glorious.
Because you're doing Ric Flair cosplay?
And these guys are telling me they want to wrestle and they want to do this and that. I'm like, okay, cool. So when you got a finish like this where they get screwed, it just, as a fan, this is like a huge pet peeve for me. Is like, what am I supposed to think as a fan when I see that? What are they thinking that I'm supposed to think? Because I guarantee it's backwards than what they think is I'm supposed to think as a fan watching it.
I think they're going to get the rematch of the Rumble and maybe win them at the Rumble, which is cool. But
the feeling that you're supposed to get when you see his foot under the rope after they say, hey, we want to have a match and all this. And
well, you're supposed to be like, they got screwed. Maybe Maybe they're going to do the flip.
My 2 cents is I think that they're doing this to get them over. And then what's going to happen is Gable and Bobby are going to end up feuding with each other because of the backlash and them losing the title or something like that. And then they're going to finally get a feud between the two of them, and it'll finally happen. But they're boosting the Revivals.
Do you trust them to tell that long-term story?
No, obviously not. But, I'm just saying, this is what I want to happen, all right?
That sounds great.
God damn it, WWE.
That sounds reasonable. I like that.
It also sounds like a pre-show match as well. Gable versus Roode. Bob Roode's got to go heel, I think, in all of this.
Yeah.
He is
boring us.
Boring us. That's what I say every time he comes out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I won't give in. I won't give in to watching this. I'll fast forward this shit. There's an Elias concert. Corbin interrupts. Blah, blah, blah. Boring match. I've seen it. I don't know how many times I've seen this match.
Yep.
So with a little bit of new, we get a little bit of old. I don't know who thinks this is something that I would watch, but I couldn't think of a more boring match to put on between Corbin and Elias.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen it.
There was a segment. This is probably one of my least favorite moments of the night. Braun Strowman is cutting a promo on Brock Lesnar. He's like, I'm in the ring right now. And he's trying to provoke Braun to come to the ring. And Lesnar and Heyman end up on the Tron, and they're just laughing at him the whole time. He sounds and looks like a giant idiot.
Yeah, his promo was fucking god awful. It looked like at some point he lost his he lost his place and where he was supposed to be talking, and he was kind of mumbling them to himself, and then he finally got back into it. It was just, I mean, it seemed
awkward.
so scripted.
Yeah.
I don't think he even has the same reaction that he was getting before. Ooh. Before they turned him heel for the Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Or was it before Crown Jewel?
Yeah, they damaged him big time.
They messed him up. The Get These Hands was so over, and now he has to beg people to do that for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was cringing at that whole segment. But I heard there was news about they were timing Brock Lesnar's entrance with the halftime of the college game.
That is so stupid.
Yeah, so they were, there's a guy in the truck okay, they're at halftime. And that's when Brock's music hit.
So that's why they were stalling and it was awkward.
It was stalling. It was awkward because they were waiting for that. They were waiting for the halftime. And you could tell. I mean, it looks like they were stalling, and that totally makes sense. So they were waiting for halftime and the casual fan to change the channel and go, oh, hey, look, Brock Lesnar's coming out. Let me see what's going to happen here.
I thought it was a pre-recorded backstage segment, and Braun is supposed to be talking to them, but they were live.
Yeah.
But that's how off the timing was between something Braun would say, and then they would just look and laugh at him, and he would just stand there and be like, oh, they're laughing at me. It just was really bad.
I don't know. We've seen Braun Strowman chase down people with that incredible speed that he has.
Oh, yeah.
And so for Brock Lesnar to come out and circle the ring, and if Braun Strowman really wanted to kick his ass, he would have slid out the ring and chased him down. And
right.
So that part didn't make sense to me at all.
I've watched him flip over an ambulance trying to get to somebody, and yet he's just going to let this guy not only burn him on the mic, laugh to his face, and then come out and laugh to his face in his face
and walk away. We've seen Braun Strowman chase down people around the ring and gain speed on him and club him from behind because he caught up to him.
Maybe the ground was lava. Who knows? Maybe the ground was lava.
Run, faster.
At one point, he says something to Brock Lesnar. He's like, do you think your advocate's mouth gets or do you think your advocate's ass gets jealous of all the crap coming out of his mouth? And I was watching that, and Elena was doing something, and she was even like, what did he say? So I had to rewind and like, wait, what did he say? Like, just really bad on all fronts. Made Braun look like a total jobber.
Waste of time.
Boom, 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 boom.
Remember earlier I said there wasn't a match I can care less about? I couldn't think of a more boring match to put on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, later in the night, they managed to do that. Ember Moon and Apollo versus Alicia Fox and Jinder Mahal.
Oh, God.
Jinder Mahal comes out, and he's like bashing the city, trying to get cheap heat the whole time. And Alicia Fox just does nothing for me. I cannot stand. If there's one person on the roster that I can't stand, it's Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
And not in a good way either.
Yeah.
She has a jacket on, and in her hand she's holding another mariachi jacket.
Oh, my God.
Just so she has something to walk out with, like another accessory.
Oh,
she does it all the time. For a long time, she had like, it looked like a bird carcass, and she would like carry it to the ring. Like it looked like maybe it was like a bunched up bow or something, but it was like, why do you even have that? Like you just need another accessory. Like you're not
Just have
Naomi.
something
At least
in your
Naomi
hands.
does it right with all the gimmicks.
All the
This
glow in the dark shit.
this match was a perfect example of all the people in the match have no depth to their characters at all.
Ember
Like-
was the greatest part of the match, and
She's cool.
She's getting hurt by coming out and doing this garbage.
Yes. Well, even her, what is she? Is she a vampire? Is she like? There's no depth to her character. She's an awesome wrestler.
Yeah.
she's great. She looks good, but we don't know why she does what she does. Who she is.
I hate that she screams during her entrance because her voice cracks every single time, and it sounds so bad.
Yeah.
Like it just mock it. You don't have to scream. Just like mock it.
You need to isolate that sound.
Oh yeah, I need to find a way.
And then Alicia Fox, she's been around, but what the hell with her character? Jinder Mahal,
Mahal.
he's an Indian guy.
Fall
Apollo Crews, he has cool moves. He's buff.
He had the WWE title for like 160 days or something like that.
Fall from
a long
grace.
time. He beat Randy Orton. He beat Shinsuke. He beat AJ Styles. And this is where he's at now.
Yep.
Oh,
He's the
boy.
Shanti.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But Ember Moon wins with the Eclipse. Alicia Fox sold the shit out of it.
That looked awesome. Yep.
Like, remember, she did it to Mickie James, where Mickie James sold the shit out of it. It was
Yeah.
just like that. So I'll give props to Alicia Fox for selling
I
that
did
move.
catch that when I was fast forwarding this match.
Yeah.
I did catch that.
And probably the second worst segment of the night, the Moment of Bliss. Was an interview with Alexa Bliss interviewing Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey puts over Sasha in a big way. Tells her that she wants Sasha at the Royal Rumble, which I'm all for.
I think this is where WWE is getting everything correct with all the with these 2 weeks that we've had that are really good with Raw and SmackDown. Is that they're putting people that we want to see in matches, and it's not the same reruns of 50-50 booking.
Absolutely.
So
You guys are so positive.
I try not to
go
bash
ahead.
it too hard.
I've
It was going
they've
fine.
They've hurt me. They've hurt me.
It was going fine until Nia Jax opened her big stupid mouth.
God damn it.
And says she wants a rematch, but hey, there's no rematches anymore. I don't know if you learned this, but there's no rematches anymore.
Well, maybe that's just for the guys, though. Maybe the girls still have their rematches, dude.
Maybe she tells Sasha Banks to get in line, and Sasha's like, "Bitch, what line?" And I'm like, "Oh,
Damn.
damn,
That was cool. Do you feel like Nia Jax improv'd a little bit here?
I feel like she always improvs a little bit
Yeah.
in all of her things.
It seemed
Yeah.
like she did a little bit.
She told her, I'm going to smash your face with my fist. Trying to put that over still.
Bro, that happened like 2 months ago. Get over it.
Yeah.
So Nia Jax has a match with Sasha. I guess the winner is gonna fight Ronda at the Rumble.
She had that cool spot. She dropped her ass on that top rope and
Oh yeah.
like it looked like it killed her. But that's Sasha Banks. She's a crash test dummy.
Oh, you mean the Hurricane Rana?
No,
that Nia Jax sold like
that
shit.
too. The camera followed.
know-
the camera followed Sasha Banks to the ground like it was a move against her.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Who the fuck backstage thought that Nia Jax was going to take a Hurricane Rana, dude? Who thought that was a great idea?
When she was setting up, wait, what's gonna happen right now?
Yeah.
I don't like the way that they just made Nia look like a big lumbering idiot. That every time Sasha's in the corner, she's gonna run at her and miss her every single time. They did that spot like 6 times in that match.
Like a fucking bull running into the corner, dude.
Like it didn't.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then to top it off, like I guess she has a new move called the face breaker, where she punches him in the face and she missed it.
No,
I swear I heard it and I was like, oh, here she comes with the face breaker.
Yeah,
and she like slammed and hit the ground, but not. Sasha Banks rolled out of the way.
Yeah,
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? They're making that a thing now. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So she has the WMD.
Yep.
The Big Show, Big Punch.
I guess so.
What do you think? What do you think about this segment overall?
The match, I thought the match was good. Watching Sasha Banks, I feel is like when you watch your kid run around the yard and you're just like, oh no, don't hurt yourself. Oh, don't. Like the whole time I just like cringe because the way she lands and folds herself up and all that stuff. But
and Nia is known for, I mean, not known for, but she's had some botches in her time where people get injured.
Yeah, but it was good. It was a good match.
Rollins versus Ambrose in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I loved this. I loved this match. It reminded me, like, I wasn't sure if they were fighting for the IC title or the Hardcore title because this match was Attitude Era all the way.
And this is exactly what should have happened at TLC.
Yes,
this is the match that should have happened at TLC.
It's a blood feud.
They totally fucked it up, but they gave it to us on Raw, which is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
So,
that was great. How about
match.
a table spot during the commercial break?
Good timing on that one.
During the commercial break, a body slam. That was pretty cool.
I was.
It looked good.
On the replay.
On the replay,
Yeah.
it looked good. But man,
I was laughing because during Dean's entrance, Seth attacked him from behind. Was like, oh, he hit Y. He had the interrupt option in Raw versus SmackDown. He hit Y.
He timed it perfectly.
Yeah, he timed it perfectly.
Now
Was able to do the run in before the match.
it's like when you miss it, you run past him and accidentally miss him.
But yeah, I thought it was a good match.
it was great. I didn't see. I should have seen the Bobby Lashley interference at the end. Like to interrupt this whole thing, you know, when Michael Cole's like he's gonna win the title, that's like a dead giveaway. Like he's not gonna dead giveaway. But the good thing is that they put Lashley's fight with Rollins like at the very far end of the show, the very beginning, to try to get you to forget about him being pissed off about them fighting each other. So they spread that out as far as they could to hopefully make you forget, which to me I did forget actually.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, he did the stomp, he's gonna win, and then they switched to the camera that couldn't show Lashley. Yeah, and Lashley came.
So they did a good job with that, spreading that out.
Yeah, and then right after Raw, all the 14-year-olds can jerk off to Temptation Island. All it is boobs and ass. Like it's crazy.
You got a point there.
There's literally in the first like 10 seconds it shows a girl's boobs and then she's like grinding on a guy in a thong. Like 14-year-old me would love the shit out of that. Like, oh yeah, I got silk stockings back in my day, but now they get this bullshit.
Yep.
So where are we at on time? Ooh, we're doing all right actually. So let's get into SmackDown. SmackDown started a lot the way Raw did. Unconventional. Daniel Bryan was cutting a promo on everybody in the very front.
Boy, awesome.
Talking about how they're eating all this processed food and everyone's fat because of it. And he took a guy's hot dog out of his hand and threw it at him.
Yep.
And then he took another guy's soda and threw it on him.
His soda in his plastic cup with his plastic straw.
Yeah, that's killing the planet. Yep. I loved this thing.
This was great.
Then he went to the concession stand and was talking about how all these products are wasteful and AJ Styles is a sellout because he endorses but selling these gloves and these T-shirts.
Where's the Yes Movement shirt? Yeah, oh, it's not here because I killed it.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
These plastic gloves that they got on the table.
I love it.
It's fucking perfect.
So good. Great job.
And then went out of like the mezzanine area, walked through the crowd, was still kind of promo to people's faces, taking their signs out of their hands and ripping them up and telling people you're fat, you need to change it. Change it.
it.
Yeah, I thought it was dope. And then R-Truth comes out, attacks him, and they actually have a really good match. R-Truth can go, man. He's like 50 years old.
Yeah,
He
that
ain't
was
young.
great.
He's up there in age, and they had a great match.
Yeah, so, I mean, that was a good match. R-Truth was doing stuff I haven't seen him do before. They were doing reversals and counters and things like that. I thought it was a good match. Daniel Bryan eventually wins. I think he won with the LaBelle lock.
Yeah.
It's no longer the yes lock.
And I love how, like, when he wins, the announcer, the new
You like that?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
hate it.
I
Really?
actually like
Why?
it now.
Why?
Just call him Daniel Bryan.
No, dude, he's the new Daniel Bryan,
It
man.
just the extra word adds a whole change to his
So
character.
you're down with the almighty Bobby Lashley? Like
I
when
like
they say
that.
that every single time?
I like that. I like that.
I mean, I don't know if I'd like that, but
I
this
like
is
that.
The real AJ Styles is now what they're saying, too?
I don't know if I like that.
that's kind of weird. But I like it
Is
because
there the real Ghostbusters,
You know what I'm
too?
more annoyed by? What I'm more annoyed by is when they take names away. When they take someone's first or last name
Oh,
away.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
more annoyed with that. So adding something is all right.
I mean, it's not boss time. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
that's for
I
sure.
hate that. Ugh.
This week on Raw, I don't think Michael Cole was ready for it, so like he quickly had it's boss time. Like, he had to like slide it in there.
Jeez.
Like you can hear the music. Oh, it's boss time. And then like he was able to slide. Oh, God, it ruins her entrance for me.
Yeah, me too.
Fucking guy.
After that, we had a tag match: Andrade Cien Almas, my boy, versus and Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio and Mustafa Ali. Another great match.
Awesome.
Dude. Great.
Captured my attention, man. This was a great match. I wasn't on my phone. I was paying attention.
Right.
That Canadian Destroyer.
Canadian Destroyer pile driver.
Ooh, that was awesome.
Vince
That was
probably lost his mind when he saw that. What the? No pile drivers! What the hell is that? God damn it! I said no pile drivers.
But man, what an awesome match! What a great group of four guys, and just action the whole time. It captured your attention the whole time. Veterans in there, a new guy in there, like just a great combination.
You have Samoa Joe, the big destroyer, versus the two smaller guys, and then you have Andrade, who can really just do it all.
Yeah.
Great match. Andrade blocks the 619, catches Ray, puts him into the hammerlock DDT, which looks freaking brutal,
Oh yeah.
and gets the 1-2-3 on Ray. Dude, that was a great match. After that, we had a promo with Sad Rusev. It's a sad Rusev day. This was bad.
Do you think so?
I did not like it at all.
I mean,
Wow, we're opposite tonight on a couple of things here.
First of
Go
all,
ahead.
he's upset that Nakamura hurt Lana
yes.
because Lana jumped on his back, and Lana doesn't she wrestle? And she's never taken a bump before?
Yes.
Because
That-
it looked
that
like
part-
a
that part's
clean.
stupid.
It looked like a clean bump.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he landed on her at all. So I don't know why, unless Nakamura didn't fall on her like he was supposed to. But I hated seeing the replay of it because every time I saw the replay of it, it looked safer and safer. Like
I
why
know
is
they
she
needed
injured from
they
that?
needed to not show the replay of it. That was hurting their. I think the idea was great. The effort for
Yes.
the idea was great. This guy was out there with his wife last week. He gets attacked from behind. His wife tries to save him, and he tries to save his wife back. And in the meantime, his wife gets hurt. He tries to tend to his wife. The guy attacks him while he's tending to his wife.
How many times have we seen this though?
Yeah,
It's happened to everybody.
yeah, I guess.
And then he ended up looking dumb.
But the thing is, these two are actually married, so it actually makes sense.
So she did a clean bump, and she's faking being hurt. She had to take a night off. She had to rest for a week.
Yeah, that part's stupid.
because she took a clean backdrop.
My problem with it is they make these women seem like they really are the weakest women in wrestling or anything. Like, he ran into her. Oh my God, she's dead.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, she took a bump. Like, they should have had her out there, like maybe like limping or hurt in some way.
No, it was It was a nothing. It was nothing. I could see if she took a Kinshasa, then I'd be like, oh,
But they
damn.
can't do
Yeah.
Or maybe she had a miscarriage because I don't know. People are pulling tampons out of their fucking vaginas now. You can do it now.
Yeah.
Just show it. Who cares?
I like the idea, and then I did like it showed Rusev had a little range with this character this week, him being sad and all that stuff,
But he managed to be funny at the same time, too.
Yeah, I hated that. That's
That
the
killed it
one
for me.
thing I didn't like.
That killed it for me. How upset are you to be?
Okay, if you kicked my wife's ass and I was pissed off about it, I would not make a joke about
how handsome you are. 1,000 Hemsworths.
Yes, in the middle of me being pissed off. Like, I didn't like that part. But
Still funny.
it was funny.
It was funny, but wrong, bad time.
Bad timing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like that it was something different for Rusev. It kind of showed a little range. And he had a mission. He kind of stated a mission statement. He was pissed off, and
I think just what killed
personal.
it for me was the fact that it didn't look brutal.
I guess
it didn't look even a little.
Yeah,
bad.
no, that part was stupid. I like the idea. I don't like the specifics, and I don't like what physically happened. I like the idea.
And I had no idea what Shinsuke was saying.
I like that Shinsuke was like, no, you hurt your wife.
Yeah.
It's all your fault.
See,
this happened because of you.
That's a great heel,
I liked
though.
it, dude.
That's a great
I
heel because
actually-
there's truth to it.
I dug it.
Yeah,
I was like, I didn't dig Rusev. Like, his promo kind of seemed a little like he didn't know exactly what he was saying. Kind of got lost in it. Kind of sounded like he was reading off a prompter. But still, I liked it. It's giving something to the belt.
Yeah,
It's doing
it's not just
something.
these two in a match. It made it personal, and they're trying something, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Make the bump look. Don't have her wrestle then. Don't have
She
her
was
wrestle.
in a damn ladder match, like
Yes,
however
exactly.
long ago. Yeah,
She was in Money in
a
the
ladder
Bank.
match. Yes, so
She went over the top rope in the Women's Royal Rumble.
yeah.
And her falling.
You guys got a point.
Oh, God. I think that's just what killed it for me. I'm
Yeah.
sure you're right. I mean, I agree with you that, now
They're trying to make
now
it
there's
personal.
a story.
Yeah,
But, I mean.
the details. Yeah.
The details. Hit her with a chair in the back on accident. Something.
Yeah, that would have been. But see, that WWE won't do it.
Then don't go that way. Go
Yeah.
somewhere else.
What are you doing? Go somewhere else. Get out of here.
Oh, man. This next match, I kind of didn't pay attention to at all because I've seen it way
Yep.
too many
Oh, yeah.
times. The Usos versus the Bar, number one contender for the Rumble. I guess it was okay.
It's a solid match, I guess.
Yeah, I
Seen
guess
it.
I'm guessing that the way that we're describing right now, that we all kind of zoned out.
I zoned out on this match for sure.
Yeah.
One thing that they did do at the end was Mandy Rose is continuing her flirting with Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Jay.
No, Jimmy.
The bigger one.
Jimmy, right?
Jimmy's the smaller one.
It's Jimmy. Jimmy's the
Jimmy's
one on
with,
Total
Naomi.
Divas.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh yeah.
Jimmy's with Naomi.
You would
I
know
know.
that.
I know that.
So Jimmy, they're continuing this storyline. Mandy Rose comes out, she's like, I forgot my tiny clothes in your hotel room.
Oh God, she's so hot.
She's actually she's grown on me.
Yeah,
For sure.
she's very good looking.
Because she's actually not bad in the ring either.
Yeah.
She's getting
No,
better.
a lot better.
I thought she was going to be like another Eva,
Yep.
whatever
Yeah.
her name was.
Marie.
Eva Marie, yeah. But she's actually pretty good. That caused the distraction. Cesaro hits the neutralizer, and that's
Game
that
over.
for them. I thought the Usos were going to win this one because
They
they're
keep-
building up the number one contendership. Out comes The Miz and challenges the Bar. So now we're going to get The Miz and Shane versus the Bar at the Rumble for the belts.
It was kind of odd. I don't know. The Miz, I feel really sad for him, and I know that's what they're doing.
He's gonna fuck Shane over big time.
Dude, I'm getting
man.
worked hardcore, but I feel sorry for him.
I am right there with you. I feel the same way. Like, yeah, I'm getting worked by him.
We're doing it. My dad would be so happy if I was in a tag team with you. Oh, you're gonna get fucked over, bro. Just wait.
Ooh, you're getting
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting it, Shane. I liked that we got like 3 different stories in this one match.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now we have a Royal Rumble match to look forward to. We have the Miz, Shane going forward, and now we have Naomi and Mandy Rose, who, by the way, after that match went full world star. on her backstage, beat her up, took off her heels, and went to town on her. Beat the shit out of her.
Oh yeah,
her and the other one,
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville.
She was taking it to both of them for a second.
I was screaming, "World Star, World Star," because it was a ghetto fight for sure.
Oh yeah. But you know what pissed me off was Mandy and Sonya were beating Naomi up, and it seemed like nothing was phasing her. Like she was like in like Hulk mode, like Ultimate Warrior, like, ooh, ain't nothing taking me down.
Well, I think that's because Sonya kind of sucks.
Oh yeah,
Sonya was punching her probably when she wasn't supposed to be.
Oh yeah,
and Naomi was no-selling her punches. But
I thought when Jimmy came up and was like, "Hey, what y'all doing? Come on!" and like he was so soft about like, it was like breaking up your kids or something. Like,
y'all better stop.
What's wrong with y'all? Hey, come on! Like he was like, "Hey, what y'all doing? Come on!
What's wrong with y'all?" But I mean, yeah, Naomi was holding her own for a little while.
Yeah, she was.
But yeah, it looked like a fight at a party. Everyone was barefoot and just
I think that Mandy Rose is coming a long way. She's getting some sort of character where she's using her looks to win matches, screw people over.
I mean,
mess with people.
She's a little mischievous,
distract people.
Yeah,
and it's all based off of her looks and I think that's going pretty well for her character.
I wonder what the end game is for this whole Jimmy storyline in her.
I think.
Are we gonna go Jerry Springer on this, or are we gonna
go Maury?
Boy, can you imagine this storyline in the Attitude Era?
Oh man, she'd be pregnant by now, dude.
There'd be miscarriages.
Oh yeah,
weddings.
Come out with like her hand on her boobs.
God.
Like,
oh yeah.
Choppy, choppy, your wee wee.
Yeah, there'd be a GTV segment. There'd be like a hidden camera inside like a bathroom.
It definitely wouldn't be. Come on, what y'all doing here?
For sure.
Come on now.
It'd be like, damn girl, you look good. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you gonna suck? Oh,
I'm married though.
I'm married.
Yeah.
But I'm married. We got another Daniel Bryan promo too.
Ooh,
this one was even better than the first one. He was screaming so hard and then went soft like a Jake the Snake. He was screaming so hard that there was a vein in his forehead that came out, and it looked like it was going to burst at one time. Basically saying AJ's never going to take this title. I'm going to be the champion forever.
Ooh. And I believed it.
Yeah,
awesome.
He's really passionate right now. Clearly, no one's writing his promos for him either.
No, you could tell. That's from his own mind.
And that's crazy that we can tell as a viewer, like, oh, that's no one's writing that for him.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be able to tell.
No.
But because the promos are so bad, and when one person's doing so good, there's no way that he has like bullet points. But for sure, he's doing like the Austin where
I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to say this. I'm supposed to say this. Okay, I got the rest from here, Vince.
Yeah. God damn. Fucking perfect, man. Shit.
To me, it's almost like you could sense it as a human being, where it's almost like a movie where you're watching something that's CGI versus something that was filmed, live or something.
Oh, the live action.
Yeah, you could tell. You could just sense it. You could see it. It's like
Star Wars, whenever there's a real puppet other than like a CGI alien.
You could tell. They're very close, but you could tell.
For sure.
It's like watching a movie that has CGI in 2000 and then watching a movie that has CGI now.
It's like watching The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton and watching The Avengers of Incredible Hulk. Like two completely different Hulks.
No, it's
same character, but
what's his name? The other guy, Bruce. What's his name from like the 2000s?
Oh, Bruce Banner?
Yeah.
No, Eric Bana.
Eric Bana.
Yeah.
That Hulk versus Avengers Hulk.
God damn.
God damn it. You can tell the difference.
Oh, boy.
It's like Rusev and then Daniel Bryan. You could fucking tell the difference.
Oh, yeah. You could sense it.
We just went full nerd right now. And we're like,
oh, it's like seeing the Hulk and Eric Bana's Hulk versus this new Hulk in the Avengers. Oh, my God.
Someone hit fast forward 30 seconds.
They doubled the speed on this episode. We're almost there, guys. Don't worry. Main event match of the night, I think. Charlotte versus Becky versus Carmella. Triple threat match. Winner gets to fight Asuka at the Rumble. Really physical match. Even Carmella stepped up, which
that was awesome.
Me.
Yeah, great. Before this too, throughout the night they had the packages where they were showing what this match meant to each one of these girls.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they took it real serious, and it just seemed like, here's what I'm fighting for, here's why I want to win, and all these different things. And it was a sports-like feel. It was very easy to understand, and they all took it serious, and it was cool to watch. I wish they did that more often.
I even thought Carmella had a chance.
Yeah. Look at that.
Just look at that. And
That
I don't
right
like
there.
Carmella. I'm
Right.
not a Carmella mark at all.
I mean, and they took it so serious that they didn't have Carmella do the dance break in the middle of it. They're like, all right, none of that crap tonight. This is
yeah.
a serious thing. You want to win this
You got
match.
your A game on.
you know, at one
Yeah.
point they were like, "Oh, we gotta no, we're not doing that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a solid match. What was some of my notes on this? The suicide dive underneath the second rope.
Oh, yeah.
Carmella went to. If Becky wasn't standing there, Carmella would have a broken neck today. Becky saved her life.
Yeah.
Because you can even see when she landed, she landed almost too straight. Like she was gonna land on her neck if Becky wasn't standing there.
Yeah.
Right after that, Charlotte goes for a moonsault to the outside, and everyone sees it, and they just move. Like they don't even catch her; they just move out of the way.
I mean, like her setup kind of takes a while, so
Yeah.
like they can see it. Like
We
There's
can
no
see
hiding
you
that.
standing there.
Yeah. In kayfabe, that should happen more often. Where you're like,
Right.
"Oh, here comes a person. Let me move. Let me step to the side.
And not try to catch them; just move.
Yeah.
Like,
Just step one step over.
After that, Charlotte gets the figure eight on Carmella. Becky hits her with a leg drop while she's in the figure eight, which looked awesome.
Oh yeah, that looked cool.
And then she goes for the pin. 1, 2. Charlotte kicks out and then immediately puts her in the disarmor.
Yeah.
So I mean, really fast match. I really like this match at the end. Charlotte hits Carmella with the soup. Oh wait. Becky gets hit with a spear from Charlotte. Then immediately after, Carmella hits her with a super kick, and then goes for the pin on Becky. Becky immediately turns into a disarmor, and Becky versus Asuka at the Rumble.
that's gonna be a great match. I'm actually really excited for it because they haven't had a one-on-one match.
They had. No, they haven't.
They
only
have
had the TLC match.
Yeah, because she says you haven't beat me. It was only that triple threat match.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only matches they've had. So this is a new match, something new,
Yeah.
something we haven't seen. So
That's
this is
awesome.
great.
And it's the man.
She's still the man.
It's the man.
Is still the man.
It's so interesting, the road to WrestleMania. We're going to see what they're doing here. It's kind of hard to predict. I mean, a lot of people were predicting Becky Lynch to not win this match, go in the Royal Rumble, win it, and challenge
Ronda.
And that seemed to be like the path that seemed like it was laid out. So this is kind of a little
Speed bump in the
yeah,
road to
little
WrestleMania.
Ah, there you go.
Little road hazard.
But it's
Brad,
making
get out
it-
there.
I know.
Pothole.
Yeah.
Pick
so
up the fender from the middle lane.
But it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with it. They're making it not so predictable, I guess you could say. And
Yeah.
so we'll see. I mean, it might end up being the triple threat with Charlotte and Asuka, or I mean Charlotte and
Ronda.
But I don't know how
don't-
they're going to get there. So it'll be interesting. I mean, it's got to end up with a combination of those three, right?
I want a one-on-one Ronda versus Becky.
I think that's what everybody wants. But how do they get
Yeah.
to that point now?
It's a tough call because there's really nothing they can. I'm not going to say there's nothing they can do because there's something that they can do, but I honestly don't know. It's awesome that I don't know.
Is there a chance that this could be another Daniel Bryan Royal Rumble thing where it's like Becky's already had a match, she's not going to be in the Rumble, and she didn't win she didn't lose the championship, so she's still the champion, and they want her to be in the Rumble. It's going to be interesting. There's
And then
so many different ways that can go.
Carmella comes out number 30 and gets booed out
Oh
of the
God,
building.
she's going to be the new Rey Mysterio, booed out of the building.
God damn it.
I don't know where this is gonna go. I mean, maybe Charlotte costs Becky the match, and that's how she gets into a triple threat match at the WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Or it could go a bunch of different ways.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's not. I like that it's not as predictable as Becky's gonna win the Rumble and Charlotte challenge Ronda. So we'll see what they do. It'll
Yeah.
be interesting.
I think. Let's see. I think we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble's coming up pretty soon. And I like, we've already said it before. I like what they're doing. I like what they've been doing the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's been better, definitely.
Out of the two shows, that I think there's only like 3 things that I didn't really pay attention to. Where like Raw, I would be on my phone the whole time,
Yeah.
listening and like,
Exactly,
oh wait, what was that?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like it was just unbearable to watch, but they're actually giving us a good product, and it's not the same stale matches. So I'm actually like pretty excited with what's going on for this new year of wrestling.
Yeah, that's already off to a great start. We will be here next week, y'all. So make sure you tune in for that. Thank you so much for listening, downloading, subscribing, telling your friends, telling your neighbors, telling your friends' neighbors. We'll be back next week. I want to give a big shout out to the pimple on my face for being such a great guest host today. And also my other guest, Big Brad Booty Daddy. Hard work, Brad Tharp. Thanks so much, man, for coming.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
show.
no problem. This is great.
It was delicious.
What a week to be on here to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, next week we should be back to a full cast of characters. Dick Licious himself, and the Pinoy Powerhouse will be back. Until then, until I think of a better outro, we'll see you guys next week.